But it's my fan opinion that Bob Melvin is a good modern baseball manager. He's smart, he's steady, he's a good communicator, he's willing to mix a little bit of the new school of analytics with the old school of, baseball that he grew up playing. He's got perspective as a former player. I've liked Bob Melvin as a manager. I obviously didn't like the results of this team, though, of, spending $250 million on payroll and only winning 82 games and having to go on a huge run at the end of the season just to get there. You played for Bob. You've seen him evolve over the years. Brett, what are your kind of thoughts on Bob Melvin as a skipper?
I think the words you used to describe him are accurate. He is very steady. He's a calming influence, and he was as a rookie manager. He came to Seattle in 2003, and he was taking over for, he was filling big shoes. He was taking over. Those teams in 01 and 02 were really good, and they were under Lou Pinella's tutelage. He had big shoes to fill as a rookie manager, and he kind of looking at me sometimes. He's like, Boone, give me the ins and outs, because I'd been in Seattle for a few years. I really enjoyed Bob. He had just a way about him. He doesn't put you off. He doesn't put anybody off. And there are so many different personalities in that clubhouse on any given year. It's tough to find a guy that can mesh with all of them and get the best out of each individual. Bob seemed to have that way. Like, nobody, you ever walk in a room and go, I don't like that guy. Why? Do you know him? No.
I don't like the cut of his jib.
I don't like it. Yeah. And then come to find out, weeks, years, conversation later, man, I really like that guy.
Sure.
We've all done it. We've all done it.
Yeah.
But then there's some people that you walk in the room and go, I like that guy. He's just got that it factor. Bob had that, you couldn't dislike him in the room. So he always had that, and that's a skill. I think you're born with that. It's not something that everybody has, the likability factor. Bob has that. I had him as a rookie. I think he did a great job in Seattle. Obviously, his career kind of speaks for itself, the accolades he's accumulated along the way. And I thought it was a perfect fit, him coming into this Padre position. I don't blame Bob Melvin for what happened this year, but as a guy that looks at the numbers, looks at teams, and tries to say why this should work and why this shouldn't work, I followed the Padres all year, because I live here, and I have a relationship with the Padres. But I just thought going into this season, wow, what a season this could be. The last few years have been exciting. That build-up, all right, Padres are becoming relevant again.
We've arrived.
They're going to take, the Dodgers kind of, they weren't the Dodgers of 22. The Turners are gone, and and Walker Buehler's not going to pitch for an entire season. You lose May, you lose Gonsolin. And I thought this is a perfect time for the Padres really to soar to the top. Look at who they got. They went out and they got Bogarts. They got Soto. They've got Tatis coming off, some controversies. To be nice about it. Machado, is this time, Machado's always been a great player, but it's almost like now he was the veteran steadying presence, and he's a grown-up now. All these parts at the beginning of the season look perfect. This is the storm right here. Pitching, that's the only thing I was concerned about when I looked at it. I said, pitching's good. Musgrove's a horse. Yu Darvish has had such a great career, but he's getting a little older. How is this all going to mesh? That was the least of their worries.
Yeah.
I look at the numbers at the end of the season. Padres top of the league all year from a pitching standpoint. I didn't expect that. And I thought, you're pitching this good, which I'm always a pitching guy first. You give me great pitchers on the hill. Give me a AAA offense, and we'll find a way to win some games, because pitching is always going to trump hitting.
And their defense was really good,
and
too.
the defense was tremendous.
Yeah.
Kim came into his own and became kind of a cold hero in San Diego. I went to a few games. He did a great job for him, and he's been the swing guy that's just happy to play anywhere.
He gets a bigger ovation than any other player on the team.
Without a doubt.
It's amazing.
And he does a great job at wherever he's played. He plays at a high level defensively, but he kind of came into his own, had a great year for himself. So I'm racking my brain all year. What is wrong? Why can't I figure out this puzzle? Why are they losing the division by 20 games? It doesn't. It's like a unicorn scenario.